What's up everyone? Welcome back again to yet another video. I left the last video with a bit of a speculation which turned out to be quite true. Like mere minutes after I uploaded the last video, we started to break through that resistance of around 70k, or at least towards 70k. And yeah, it's been crazy. It's actually we did it. We broke through. We didn't quite reach a new all-time high. We got very close though. I will talk about it in the rest of the video. I'll also talk a little bit about Solana again, because I still think there's still some room in there, even though it has seen crazy gains this year. Not that Bitcoin's doing any worse this year, because in my opinion, for a coin of that size to reach that yearly gain is absolutely incredible. Of course, the year is not done yet. I still believe that around December we will see a little bit of a correction, because it's normal. Everybody around December takes time off, wants to spend time with their family. Everybody takes some profits. Everybody needs to buy Christmas presents. So the market sentiment will shift a little bit, I think, and I think we will see a bit of a correction. But that being said, let's hop into the video. Once again, right before I do that though, everything I'm about to talk about is my personal opinions, my personal investments, things I buy, things I sell. Please don't copy them blindly. Always do your own research. Always look at anything someone else does and think, do you agree with it, or do you think I might be completely wrong? I will be completely wrong eventually. This time I was somewhat right though. So without further ado, let's hop into the video, and yeah, let's talk about crypto. All right, here we are again, back at CoinMarketCap. As you can see today, a 3.66% overall increase on the total crypto market cap, which is good. As I said in the last video, we want to see this overall number go higher. We want to see new money, new funds move into crypto, and yeah, the higher this number goes, basically all the other coins go with it. So it's always good to see these kind of increases instead of the usual 0.5% shift day to day. This is actually a really good sign. As I talked about in the last video, the fear and greed index, it's a little higher than last time. It didn't shoot straight up, which I like, because this indicates to me that there's still some room left to grow. There's still quite some fear in the market, still a little bit of uncertainty, even though, in my opinion, we actually broke through some important levels. I will get to that later in the video when we reach the charts again. Other than that, what we also can see is that the overall trading volume has increased dramatically, 42%. It says here, I think it's, I even saw some stats which say 100%, but I guess that's kind of relative in which time you look, because if you take one of these lower spikes, it's probably 100%, but on average, a 42% increase, which is also not bad. It's actually, in my opinion, really good. Because the more trades are being made, the more money is being moved, and eventually, if more money moves, something's bound to happen, and that's what we want. We want these waves we want to be able to ride these waves, be it to either DCA in further, dollar cost average in further, or try to take some profits on the way up, or vice versa, whatever. The more movement, the better, basically. So yeah, as it says here, a Bitcoin spot ETF, an inflow of $480 million on October the 28th. This was basically right after we made the video. And this is what I think one of the big reasons why it had that big move up. Once again, everything in our favor, or at least my favor. But I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. So as I said, I also wanted to talk a little bit about Solana. It is up, and even on yearly, it's also quite a lot up. But I think there's still, for the alts, I think there's still more room. I mean, Bitcoin did quite well. I think it will do better even, but usually when Bitcoin goes, everything follows. And it did follow, but not proportionally yet. That's what I think, at least. If we look at the crypto bubbles, we can see on a day basis, almost everything's green. Bitcoin, on the hour it's a little lower, but on the day, almost 4%. Great. Very good. Very good. And over monthly, we're up 10%. Yearly, almost 108%. Awesome. Very, very good. Ethereum, 45%, which I think it'll follow Bitcoin a little bit. Usually, what I think is Bitcoin moves, everything else moves, but magnified, because their market caps are smaller. They tend to do bigger moves. So if Bitcoin moves 5%, Ethereum moves 10%. Not always, but usually. So Solana's move, Ethereum has moved, BNB has moved. BNB is a bit of a special case because the network itself, I think, is used a lot less. So you can see it in the trading volume. It's 2 billion and Solana has over 4, and it's under 2 even. So the trading volume is double. And that's also a good explanation of what I meant with, if trading volume's good, percentages come, because most of the people are trying to buy to push it up. Apart from leveraged traders who try to catch both the ups and the downs. But you can see here, the trading volume's a lot higher, but the yearly gain is also a lot higher. 436% on a yearly basis is absolutely mental. It's an incredibly good stat. And especially if you're in crypto for longer term, which I am, I believe if I keep doing my dollar cost averaging in, if I keep buying over the long run, eventually it will be retirement money. Not saying that I want to retire, I just want to be able to grow my capital, to create the freedom to, I don't know, follow a hobby eventually, whatever. But we're all in here basically to grow our capital. And if you look at these yearly stats, amazing. This is what we want. This is where I'm aiming for, actually. So I've been buying Solana, not every month because I had a few big expenses this year. So sadly, not every month, but I have been buying steadily. That being said, I've also bought Bitcoin. I've also bought a little bit of Ethereum. I bought a little bit of AVAX as well, which also did quite well, actually. Not too bad. It's also a very good stat. And I also had Cardano, but as you can see, it's only 18% on a year, which I personally think doesn't really justify the risk of holding it. The risk of it going down is bigger than it going up further, apparently. It does have a very high market cap, but yeah, it's not hot right now. There's nobody trading on it that I know. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might actually sell this and try to capitalize on a future market dip and try to move a little bit more into Solana, or try to find something like Sui coin. I've bought quite a bit of this as well. Sadly, I only bought it quite recently, so I don't have this percentage yet, sadly. But I do think there's a lot of room left for this to grow, because it's only 5.5 billion. And if it does reach the Solana market cap, that it would be at least a 10 times. Yeah, it would at least be 10 times it would 10x your buy, basically. Obviously, it'd be even more like 1.5, but even still, a 10x, I'd take it any day. Very, very good results. All right, let's grab the Bitcoin chart. So this is the 15-minute. I was looking at the daily the last few videos, but I grabbed the 15 minutes so we can see these movements a little bit. But the overall areas are exactly the same. So I actually didn't... This is the same box I had on the last videos, and the last video we made around here, and I uploaded it somewhere around here. I think it was here, but it just started to break through. That's where I uploaded it, and then as you can see, it was absolutely crazy. We went way... I figured we'd bounce back here, but which we did a little bit, but it just kept going. So yeah, I think very good sign for Bitcoin, very good sign for us as investors. Sorry. And we even went above and beyond that. We even went... I personally said I would sell at 73K. I actually haven't yet. Why? Because of this big push up. I think there's still a little room left to grow, especially heading towards the US election, regardless of the results. I do believe, though, that if I want to take profits, I will do it at least a day before the elections. Why? Even if Trump becomes president, it's always like buy the rumor, sell the news. Even before the news, you will see people start selling, taking profits, because more experienced traders, they know that there's always a dip. Eventually, a correction will always come. So better to take profits while you have them, secure them, and eventually the price will go down again and you will have a chance to buy back in cheaper. Also, if you're a leverage trader, I definitely close some trades, or at least take out my initial and protect myself, because the chance is fairly high to see some spikes around that day. I believe it was the 5th of November out of the top of my head. I'm not an American, so I don't know for sure. I also don't, like I said, I don't care about the results, who wins or whatever. I care about results on our equity. So yeah, in my opinion, 1 or 2 days before the election, if the results are there, sell. Now, we obviously broke through that 73,000, and I think it's a little, I'll have to check, but it's a little below the all-time high, or almost equal to the all-time high, but we didn't break through. We're seeing some massive sell-off now. It is being catched a little bit, ironically exactly on the edge of the box I drew. I didn't plan that. Oh, I grabbed my... There. I didn't plan for that to happen, actually, but it's good to see that my overall technical analysis, long-term technical analysis, has so far been pretty bang on each time. Obviously, like I said, I can be wrong, I will be wrong, but so far it's actually... it's pretty good. It's each time the general direction has been okay, and that, for me, that's fine, because that knows that that validates that what I'm doing, my long-term plan, is actually working out for me. So even if it was to tank right back down to 50K now, I'm not worried at all. I'll just start buying more on the way down. For now, though, I'm looking at, will we bounce back up to this level? I might sell a little bit, but for now, I think there's so much buying pressure, I will still hold a little bit. Now, as I said before, I also like to grab my trending food chart, just because to see if both my analysis are linking up. Now, we had the other videos, I mentioned that some crypto experts were talking about Bitcoin reaching 75K before the end of the year. I said, I was, well, skeptical, or maybe I was a little bit skeptical, but like I said in 3 or 4 videos ago, I told you around 73K is where I would start selling. And if we grab this chart, we can see that's pretty much what happened. It shot past a little bit, immediately corrected itself. Everybody's aiming for the 75K, so smart traders sell a little bit early, just to secure those profits. Did that cause its major sell-off? I don't know. There's probably a bigger fish that thought similarly, but we want to follow the big players, do what they do because they make all the money. So yeah, we were pretty spot on that as well. But even on this chart, we broke that line and it shot up. So it's still pretty. It's still validating. And yeah, we could see a move back down to here. But honestly, I think we will, if we do bounce further down, I think we will see a higher low, like we've been seeing on the last few videos as well. For now, though, I'm just waiting. If we do have a massive sell-off, I will buy a little bit more. But I'm also a little bit on the fence of taking profits, just because I didn't expect us to go this high this fast. I thought it'd be a slower upwards motion, but yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I'm really glad that we're seeing these big moves up. So as we can see, it is already correcting itself a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you got to see what happens this week, especially because we still have a few days of October left. I wonder what will happen at the 1st of November, like the end of the week. Like in the weekend, we might see a little bit of sell-off, a little pump up, and then, yeah, around the beginning of November, before the election, is where I would start selling, depending on the price, of course. If we do a massive dive down, I'll buy more. Basically, every month I dollar cost average in some money. I don't immediately buy my crypto though with it. The technique, obviously, I should do that, but I always try to time my buys every month because crypto is so volatile. Like a few times a week, even we will see like a few percent down, and every percent that's down, we buy cheaper is a percent we don't have to go up. So that it just makes sense to me to do it that way. Well, if you have any different ideas about this, if you feel like you have a better strategy, if you have any idea or suggestion about my technical analysis, feel free to leave a comment. And if while you're at it, also leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, and let's see you on the next one, guys.